You are listening to Tenali Raman Stories. Story The Trickster. Once, four traders went to trade in the nearby village. On their way, there was a house of an old lady. They gave their bundle of wealth to the woman. They asked her to return it only if four of them came together. However, one among them came early and tricked the woman to get the bundle from her. Later in the day, when the others came to claim it, she told them the truth. The three men did not believe her and took her to the court. They told the court about what all had happened. Tenali heard both the sides properly. When all the three men asked the woman to compensate for the bundle, Tenali said she can surely compensate if all the four men together will ask her the way they came to her earlier. The entire court applauded Tenali's decision, and the king relieved the woman. Story An Old and New Turban. Once the king got an invitation from the nearby town's king to grace their family function. The king took Tenali Raman along with him. While riding the horse, the king saw the tattered turban of Tenali. The king asked Raman to get rid of it immediately and offered to pay for the new one. To this, Raman replied that he didn't want to part with it since his old turban could be of use, unlike the new turban that the king wore, which won't be put to any use. The king was surprised and asked Tenali to prove his point. While moving ahead, a river came on the way. Raman threw his old turban into the river and asked the king to do the same with his new turban. The king burst into laughter and got the point of Tenali. He was amused with his wit and gave his precious stone jewels to him instantly. Story Freedom. Long ago, a stranger came to king's court. He asked everyone what the most valuable thing in the kingdom was. Some courtiers said the palace, jewels, and the wealth, but Tenali said it was freedom. He was asked to prove that. Until then, a foreigner was a royal guest. All arrangements were made to make his stay comfortable and luxurious. But whenever he tried to go out of the palace, he was stopped. After 15 days, the guest felt miserable and spoke to the king. He said while he had all comforts in the palace, he was not able to go out. This made him feel sick. On asking about this, Tenali said that he had finally proved that freedom was the most valuable. The stranger and the king were impressed and gave 100 gold coins to Tenali as a reward. Story The Heaven. Once the king got an idea in his mind to make his kingdom as beautiful as heaven. So he decided to employ many laborers, craftsmen, and other workers to finish this work. After a short term, there were beautiful buildings and gardens that attracted many visitors to the kingdom and brought great fame. When the king was discussing this in the kingdom, one of the courtiers said that Tenali was quiet because he wasn't satisfied. When asked by the king, Tenali said that kingdom was beautiful but he had overlooked something. To prove, he took the king to the outskirts of the city and showed the condition of all those workers and the houses they lived in, which were quite pathetic. Seeing their poor condition, the king thanked Tenali for showing him the true picture of the kingdom. He also realized that the true beauty lay in the happiness of the people and made arrangements for their comfortable living. Story Shalya's Ritual. Once upon a time, there was a royal teacher named Shalya. He was afraid of Samarthas as they were scholars, and Shalya didn't want to show them his face. So he spread a stupid news stating that anyone who would see the face of Samarthas would be born as donkey in the next birth. All Samarthas wanted to teach Shalya a lesson. They went to Tenali and asked him to help them. Next day, when Tenali reached the teacher's house, he covered his face. The king, along with Shalya, visited a garden for relaxation the next day. While returning, a herd of donkeys was coming from the opposite direction. Immediately, Tenali ran and started bowing in front of them to pay homage to the donkeys. The king was surprised to see Tenali's behavior. He asked him the reason. Tenali said that the donkeys were Shalya's relatives and had taken rebirth as donkeys after seeing the Samarthas in their previous birth. He also asked Shalya to confirm it. The shameful Shalya realized his mistake of spreading the stupid news. You were listening to Tenali Raman Stories. If you have enjoyed this audiobook, then please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for being a Word Teller listener. We will be back with another audiobook shortly. Till then, happy listening.